Hey guys, it's Sonny. Another video here of the 4-man South Mage POV voiceover money run Tob. Couple of different things from the last one that I wanted to show you guys. Specifically, we'll do Rado here, a faster version of P1. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Start the room. So accurate T-bow into the Ralos, and then we'll do another accurate T-bow. The inventory I have is what you guys want to be bringing as a South Mage. This is kind of like the best money setup, but yeah, we're just going to be bowing the boss until the crabs spawn. So yeah, as you see here, we get off, get ready for the crabs, wait one tick, and then we'll freeze our crabs. That way we get the South 2 in the clump. My North was one tick late on his freeze, but we didn't have any 3s, so there's actually nothing to back up there. Get ready for the other ones. I'll wait one tick, so we're going to cross freeze 50s. I wait one tick, I'll catch his North 1, and then I'll go back to my South 2. Feel free to rewind that if you guys want to see. I know it kind of it was a fast proc, it happened quick, but the general idea, we cross freeze those, that way that North 1 is able to get hit by the Dins when our melee DPSer Dins a clump. And then, yeah, so we'll then freeze the 30s. I'm late there, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't have to be tick perfect. We will throw the ZCB in, and then we will start scything the boss. We equip the ZCB when she's attacking so I don't get drained, and then, yeah, just tank the Venge. And that is Maiden done. 120, a decent Maiden. Not very great, but not too bad. And then we get ready to go into the Bloat room. So Bloat is just Bloat because I'm a major. I don't have a BGS, so I won't be drive-buying. I'm just going to be, all I'm going to do here is just ZCB flinch the corners for Bloat until he goes down. So we'll just wait outside. We can actually insta-enter here because he's going south. But as you see, once he goes over halfway, once his true tile goes over halfway through around the corner, we're able to flinch him, just like that. So we'll throw 3 of these ZCB flinches in, so we'll do another one here. We actually do hit the natty, which is really nice, always super satisfying. So we'll do that, and then we'll go get ready for him to go down. And here, I just go in for the scythe. I have plenty of health, and you know, it's that way we can get the Chally, Foresight Chally, because we are on time there, so we will do 4 scythes. I realized that I actually forgot a tick eat in the inventory, so if you do want to copy the inventory setup, bring a Gothic's Rest. I had room for it, I just forgot it. So I had tick eat with an angler there, which is fine. I had the angler, I didn't really need it. I didn't pre-angler before Bloat, so we'll put on the P-neck just in case we get flied or something, and we'll run around the corners. Claw's ready, we will insta-claw. If he's below, I think like, I say like 15% is kind of the threshold. If he's below like 15%, you can insta-chally if you want, since he's probably going to die at the start, but since he's not, we just claw. We make sure we have the salve on, obviously, for the claw. We don't want to claw without the salve. And then we kill the boss. So then we go on to Nylo. So normally for Nylo, I would just buy 1 prayer, 2 hard food. But here I buy 1 prayer, 2 hard food, and I actually buy a Sarah brew. The only reason I'm doing that is just because I don't have the tick eat. So, like, if for some reason a bunch of people die, which they probably won't, but just for any case, I have some tick eats, and if they don't, which they shouldn't, then I just bring it into Verzik, since I don't really need the inventory space. Since the run changes happened, we don't have to pot share stam here anymore, so I just start the room on 0. We go into the pre-fires. We do this volatile Nightmare Staff spec on that 5. You can also do it on the 4. On the 4 or the 5 there. That way we're able to start regaining spec. So as you see, we're at 45% spec. By the time the boss spawns, we'll be at 95% spec, and we'll almost be regenning that last 10%. So that'll allow us to Chally the boss instantly, and then ZCB the boss as well. So we'll get a ZCB and a Chally, as opposed to if you don't do that, you usually are not able to get a ZCB and a Chally unless you have a really slow boss. So Nylo is just Nylo. Right here, yeah, we get that 11 south, and then we freeze these. Then we go back onto the west 11. Clean up any other Nylos there. I was ready for a backup on that big, but he died, so did not need to. We'll just clean up these smalls. And then get that, yeah, 15s, that 15 east coming as an aggro. We leave that 15 big south alone. We don't want to pop them because that can actually cause a stall. So we want to pre-fire this west 18. We'll ZCB them. Clean up any smalls as we run over to the 19. So you can see there I actually pre-fire the 19 away from the pillar, or away from the walkway. You do want to do that. You want to stand back at least one tile. That way when he pops after the room checks for how many Nylos there are, and you don't stall. Misclick a little bit there, but we get the freeze on the 22 wests. Hit the 22 east there. Now we're just hitting some more east, waiting for that 23 to spawn. You can throw, as you saw there, I had time for a blowpipe. You can throw a blowpipe in, there just wasn't anything to blowpipe. And I'm actually late, so I don't get that hit on the 24, which was a mistake by me. So yeah, I mean, these Nylos, these are not by any means perfect Nylos. As you see, like, I'm making mistakes. I think Ginny is off-roll. They're melee, and they don't normally melee, so there's definitely some mistakes being made, but the general idea, once you get through the pre-fires and the 26, 27 bigs as a South Mage, you're then just kind of barraging. When you see barrages, you're cleaning up all the smalls, and you're just getting that 30 east big, trying to pop him as soon as you can. Then once you pop him, you're just cleaning up. Yeah, at this point, it's just cleanup. We're just trying to get what we can. We'll throw some barrages in if we can. Good on him. And yeah, that is it. So a decent wave time, 228. Not a great cleanup, but I think the boss, like a 3-minute boss spawn, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So yeah, 3 minutes on the dot. So as you see, like I said, we're at 95% spec, and we're almost regained that last 10%. So we're able to Scythe Chally. We tank hits on, so we don't have the prayer on, so we're able to tank on Venge. Here we're early, so we can do the T-bow blowpipe into the ZCB there. So we're able to gain a blowpipe hit. If you range the boss and you attack him before he attacks you, you're able to throw that blowpipe in between T-bow hits, or a T-bow and a ZCB hit. Just extra DPS, you know, always worth it to do that. So not the best boss spawn rotation, but yeah, I mean, we get it done. I think, what was the Nylo time? 343, so pretty decent actually, not a bad Nylo at all. Actually a decent boss, so yeah, that's basically Nylo done. On to Sot. Sot is pretty easy as South Mage. Again, you're just going to be backup, so you are going to maul whenever your teammates miss their specs, basically. And we'll just throw this T-bow pre-fire in. As you can see, the North Freeze, he actually was a little late there, so normally I would Scythe and immediately maul if I saw that one, but because I knew he was late, I was just waiting there a tick. I saw he hit, and as soon as I saw it hit, I put that Scythe back on since I did not need to back up. It is important to back up quick, though. You want to be able to get those backup in. You don't want to be scything if he's on like full defense or anything, so yeah, just be ready to back up. Other than that, though, just run the maze fast, tank Venges. I mean, Sot is pretty much Sot. We will go off on 3 here, so this is technique. So as you can see, the number above my head counting down, that is the Sot instance timer in the Tab QOL plugin. I have it on during the maze. It counts 0 up to 0, 1, 2, and 3. When the instance timer is 3, so when the 3 is above your head, you're actually able to click off that last row of the maze without taking damage. It's a technique called off on 3. It can save you some time, as you saw there on that maze. We were able to save a little bit of time. And yeah, it's just good to learn, because if your teammates do it and you do not, you might take some damage too. So yeah, second maze. I think we're on EU ping here, so I think Emanated is struggling with the ping. I know I make some mistakes here in Verzik because of the ping. But yeah, we actually hit all of our specs. Yeah, he dropped a tick. We hit all of our specs, so I go for the ZCB. Double Claws, I'm pretty sure, is better DPS there, actually, than the ZCB. If I had 75% spec, a ZCB is better, but since I was 100%, I should have Double Clawed, but I just wanted a ZCB. Really, it's just fun. I mean, you bring the ZCB into the raid, the 110s are fun to see. Ginny died there. They used all of their prayer and then their redemption without realizing it, so Definitely lost some time there. 152 Sot could have definitely easily saved a few seconds there, been sub 150 if I would have double clawed, if Ginny would have survived. I mean, probably could have saved, I mean, at least 5 or 6 seconds there, but you know, it's fine. We're not speed running, we're just doing a money run. Into Xarpus. Xarpus is really just as simple as it can possibly be. Once you learn 5-ticking, there's really no other mechanics to this boss in a team raid like this, in a money. Obviously, it's, you know, interesting because in a solo, Xarpus, I think, is the highest skill ceiling room in the game, but in a 4-man, it's really not that difficult at all. You're just going to 5-tick, and you're going to 2-2-1-2-1, and once you have those down, then you basically have the boss down. So, yeah, we'll just do exhumes, we'll 5-tick, and then we will kill the boss. So we will throw in 1 Elder Maul here, and then we will Scythe. We don't have a BGS, so we're not BGSing. So 1 Elder Maul, and then into the Scythes. We hit pretty decent on the BGSs, and then on Carl's second one, we're able to 0 Defensor. I hold my claws till post-Screech. It just helps get into the 2-2-1-2-1, I think, a little bit. Sometimes, depending on what tick you're on, you need to claw scratch Xarpus to kind of save ticks and to get into cycle. So I hold my claws just that way. Instead of claw scratching, I can claw spec and, you know, gain a little bit of DPS. But if you don't want to, that's fine. You can just claw here during the P2 as well. It really is not that big of a difference. I think at this point my client had lagged somewhere, or the world lagged, and I lost a tick, and so I was kind of making some mistakes there at the end of it, but that's okay. We recovered. We send the claws there to get into cycle, so now we can hit once here, and then we will go straight into the second 2 in the 2-2-1-2-1. So yeah, we'll attack them twice. Now we're in cycle, and we are, yeah, just killing the boss. Like I said, Xarpus is pretty simple. So we eat the Angler here, so we have room for the staff. This is why I bring 2 Anglers into the raid. Usually you only eat the 1 before Bloat, and then you're able to save that second one, and you're able to eat it before P1. So P1 here, we're actually going to do Rado. So it's a variation of Hado, but as you see, I just put my Light Bearer on, so it speeds up the P1 a little bit. Since we have the Light Bearer, we're regenning spec faster. So this is the South Mage portion. I'll have the whole sheet down in the description, but the South Mage is really simple. So we Scythe here at the start, we pick up the Dawnbringer, we spec, and then we drop, and now we're Scything. So unlike Hado, the South Mage actually does not start the Rado. We will do 1 Scythe. We tank the first auto here, and then we will Scythe twice, and then we will Dawnbringer spec. And you see me pick up Equip Claws before picking up the Dawnbringer. That's just to get the spec bar there, so it can help a little bit if it's late. But if we're on time, which we are here, you're able to actually, after you spec, do 2 Scythes and then run behind the pillar and avoid that last auto, because I was pretty low HP, as you can see there. I got a lot of damage, but actually you can see the power of the Rado, 33.6 second P1. Really fast there. We go into P2. I just make a mistake here. I never even saw the crabs come out, so I didn't even start the Boak until it was too late, but wasn't a big deal. I did take the little 27 there, and unfortunately emanated popping the crab there. It got us a slow cabbage. I had my prayer off. Just turn your prayer on. I don't know why I'm egoing the prayer. You don't need the prayer at all. Just turn the prayer on so you don't have that happen to you, because now I'm going to end up actually, I think, having to do 1 Scythe during reds, not potted, just so I can get back to 100%. But yeah, just misplay by me there, just not even being ready for the Boak, not even being ready for the crab. So I was ready, I literally just didn't see them. So not a big deal though, not the end of the world here. I actually thought I was going to get 1 more Scythe here, so did Emanated. So again, kind of a misplay by us there on the reds, but it's not a huge deal. We end up getting the 2 down anyway. As you see here, we cite the crabs. He's 20%, so we don't need to 5-tick him or anything. We can just stay on the boss and lose the tick. And then yeah, I'm gonna heal up here. As I said, I'm gonna end up scything once, not combated, just because of all the damage I took. So again, just a mistake by me. That's why you don't want to make those mistakes. Really big hit there at the end to proc. And now we're on to P3. P3, I am not the tank, so we will be doing the P3 North Boak here. I stand on that crab pop tile. I might make a video on the North Boak at some point, just to teach you guys, but it's really simple, especially here. We only get one crab. As you can see, once P3 starts, we are going to be Brew super combating, so we're never side swinging Brew down. We're always going to be at that 118s. We only had one crab there, so that makes the P3 Boak a lot easier when you only have the one crab to pop. But yeah, at this point, the raid is basically over again. We're just going to be attacking the boss. We don't even need a Brew because we're going to be killing her either right before webs are done, or like we might tank one auto. But yeah, there's no need to Brew here. We're 27 HP. We can tank an auto here, so we're just going to stay low HP. Could have clawed here at the end, but ended up clawing north. Maybe it would have been a better play to claw west, but you know, not a big deal. And regardless, pretty good Verzik. 1401 Tob, 4-man, so pretty decent. And without some of those misplays, easily could have been sub 14 with a better Sot. But yeah, of course, it's never purple. And yeah, I mean, just goes to show you can make some mistakes and have a decent raid. That's pretty much all I've got. You know, thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know if you want to see more of these videos or what more you want to look at.